For those of us who would like to cry at the comment section, please make sure that your handkerchief or your tissue is there with you, because a lot of people have formed the habit of crying at the comment section. This message I'm about to read now, it will make a lot of people to cry, and one of the cry will be misleading headline. It's a propaganda, but it is not. So let me just make it clear before we proceed. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Happy Sunday to you all, and happy Sunday to the entire Biafran families, both home and in diaspora. It is well. This new week, God must surely shower all of us with the showers of blessing, upliftment, good health, protection, and provision. Nafa Chukwuoke Abiama, Oya Premier Yenine. DSS witness admits Nnamdi Kanu's statement was taken without lawyer, exposes flaws in FG's case. Okay, the title of this message is DSS have directly or indirectly tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we have vindicated you. In fact, you are innocent. So one of these things is what I'm going to say as the headline. Why do I say so? DSS admits that they have taken Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's statement without his lawyer. Offense number 1 to 10. In the same country, my brother, Nnamdi Kanu will turn back, and then we the one to handcuff all the whole DSS. But let me ask us here. There's one question I have been wanting to ask the general public, which I know that a lot of people will have answers to that. Why is it in their charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this DSS, a testifier or a witness, says that Nnamdi Kanu called Nigeria a zoo? Why then they don't include Buhari died in that same statement? Do people do not notice something? Some people never ask this question. You know, we have a problem of fast retentive memory. We are very easy to forget. So suddenly, federal government now have already taken out anything that got to do with Buhari, while Buhari is the one who tracked Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is agitating to set the Biafrans free, but because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is opening a deep secret that the so-called cabals and Fulani oligarchy is concealed, all in the name of ruling Nigeria, because they made that mistake during the time of Yaradua when they allowed a Christian to take over, which is Goodluck Jonathan. So the second mistake again, they don't want to repeat it, because what they expected from Goodluck Jonathan, they didn't get it. That is why you see they turn against him and vote him out of office. So instead of Osibanjo to take over, they go all the way to Sudan, according to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and with the feasibility studies, and then go and hired a lookalike of Buhari. So why don't they include this in Nnamdi Kanu's case? My brother, with all this is happening, you can as well agree with me that Nnamdi Kanu have no case to answer. In fact, DSS, with their self, by their self, on their self, have discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You are going to see it as the headline. So please, don't cry. When we are going to cry, please hold your handkerchief and your tissue, because a lot of water is going to flow. DSS have finally discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the headline. Oh yeah, look at other headlines here. It resembles abduction. P2B raises against, or rather raises questions why very dark man wasn't invited. Very easy to react and very easy to go to where they're burying somebody. Nnamdi Kanu has started this trial. Let's forget about the other 9 years or 10 years that have been spent on this case. Have P2B come out now to say anything about Nnamdi Kanu's trial? Or even at least, if he cannot make any comment, make this comment which says that the so-called DSS have taken Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's statement without the presence of his lawyer. It's a very big offense in a same country. Well, look at our brother. He shut his mouth. But he was in Ogun State for Pa Ayo Adebanjo's funeral. He was in what they call him, Rome, for Pope John Paul's, Pope Benedict, Pope whatever they call it, burial. Very soon he will be in Zamfara, where they are shooting people. If Nigeria not happen to this man, I will never be happy. I swear. If Nigeria not happen to P2B, I will never be happy. Hope rises for Nnamdi Kanu's release as the judge declares swift conclusion of trial and final judgment day to set him free, according to Igbere TV. We didn't work out on Remi Tinubu, Rivers women reply Bobby Nyesom Wike. UK police arrest 7 Iranian nationals in counter-terrorism operations. All happens in the UK. The downfall of UK is here. So Biafrans, I beg, make us celebrate grace because our prayers have been answering. UK must fall. Since they say we will never have peace, they will never have that peace. A child who says that his mother can never sleep, that child will never see anything that looks like sleep. That's exactly what is happening to UK. Biafrans, the Igbos have been in existence before the UK. And them that is supposed to be our child say we cannot sleep. They will never see sleep. They will never see anything that is called sleep. That is how it is being programmed. It is not a rocket science. Okay, my people, let us go straight to the reason why we are here. Happy Sunday once again. Help me to circulate this message. Use your left hand and your 2 right hand to circulate it so that everybody will get hold of it. That Nnamdi Kanu have been discharged and acquitted by DSS, Directorate of State Service of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Please keep on subscribing. In a dramatic twist which happens on last Friday, a key prosecution witness in the trial of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, acknowledged that Kanu's statement was obtained without presence of his legal counsel, raising fresh doubts over the credibility of the Nigerian government case. Because without his lawyer, he can decide and say that the statement was out of duress and there's nothing you can do about it. The witness, identified only as PWAAA, is an operative with the Department of State Service and was questioned by Kanu's lead counsel, Chief Kanu Agabi, SAN. Before Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Abuja during cross-examination, Agabi directly asked whether Kanu's statement was recorded in the presence of his lawyer. To the courtroom's surprise, the witness admitted his statement was taken without his lawyer. This admission cast serious doubt on the integrity of the evidence presented against Kanu, whose legal team has long argued that the charges against him are politically motivated and linked to his peaceful calls for Biafran self-determination. The witness, who had been part of the 2015 operation that led to Kanu's arrest in Lagos, further revealed that no weapons or items of violence were recovered from Kanu during the arrest. When asked about any incriminating items found on Kanu, the witness simply said, none. The testimony continued with further revelations that the items seized from Kanu included electronic devices such as phones, laptops, and modems, along with personal effects like perfumes, clothes, and documents related to IPOB. However, none of these items were classified as evidence of terrorism. The DSS operative also admitted that he did not analyze the size or rather the seized items, explaining that his role was limited to arrest and interrogation. The analysis of Kanu's phone was conducted, but the report was deemed immaterial and not submitted to the court. In a shocking turn, the witness also acknowledged that in the 10 years of Kanu's arrest, no other individuals have come forward to accuse him of any criminal activity. The person arrested alongside Kanu was found without any incriminating items and was not linked to terrorism in any way or any form. Agabi, seeking to challenge the credibility of the prosecution case, reportedly pointed out the witness' lack of concrete knowledge. He praised the witness about the broader context of Biafra agitation, asking, "Do you agree that in the entire nation, the only person standing trial for the agitation of Biafra is the defendant?" The witness responded, "I do not have information about that." When pressed about others involved, the witness mentioned Simon Ekpa, but admitted his knowledge was based on social media and he didn't know whether Ekpa was facing trial alongside Kanu or not. The courtroom was left stunned by the witness' repeated answers of "I don't know" and I wasn't tasked with that, which only served to strengthen the defense's argument that the prosecution's case is weak. Kanu, who has been in DSS custody since his controversial extradition from Kenya in 2021, appeared in court with a formidable legal team, including 6 senior advocates of Nigeria. His legal team maintains that the charges against him are politically motivated and part of an ongoing attempt to silence his advocacy for Biafra independence. It resembles abduction. P2B rages and questions why VDM wasn't invited. Former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Gregory Obi, has condemned the manner at which the popular social media critic, Martin Vincent Ose, also known as VDM, was arrested by security operatives. Reports indicated that VDM was arrested on Friday, shortly after he visited a Guaranty Trust Bank branch in Abuja to complain about the alleged unauthorized transactions from his mother's account. He was subsequently detained by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, according to his lawyer, Deji Adeyanju. Reacting, Obi, in a statement on Sunday, which is today, said perhaps the arrest was within the legal rights of security agencies, but it was carried out in a manner that left many Nigerians unsettled and stunned. Obi said the display of force, lacking in transparency and civility, closely resembled an abduction, a disturbing method that not only creates fear but also risk being mimicked by criminal elements. If Nigerians begin to struggle to distinguish between legitimate arrests and unlawful abductions, we will lose a vital layer of national security and accountability. This trend is not new. We must recall that even our esteemed judges, the last line of defense for justice, have suffered similar indignities in recent years. When those who interpret the law are treated with such disregard, it is difficult to expect that ordinary citizens will feel protected under the law. Moreover, these methods are being to affect our economy and businesses environment. The backlash directed at GTB, allegedly linked to the circumstances surrounding Mr. Ose's arrest, has had serious reputational consequences. At a time when investor confidence is already fragile, we must do all we can to avoid actions that tarnish institutions or undermine the trust of both countries and the international community. One cannot help but ask, was it impossible to invite Mr. Ose in a civil, transparent, and legal manner? Would that not have spared Nigerians, GTB, and our national image the unnecessary shame and losses we now witness? Hope rises for Nnamdi Kanu's release as the judge declares with conclusion of trial and final judgment day to release the IPOB leader. Jubilation is imminent as judge presiding over Nnamdi Kanu case has again said that next week, which is 6th, 7th, and 8th of May 2025, which is this new week, will be the final judgment to acquit and discharge the IPOB leader. In his words, Justice James Omotosho said, this matter must come to a conclusion by the 8th of May 2025. It has lingered for over 10 years, and I'm not going to stretch it more. We are going to give account of our actions here on earth when we die. I want to give a good account. Nnamdi Kanu is expected to be released by next week, which is 8th of May 2025. Please keep that date sacrosanct. We didn't work out on Remi Tinubu. Rivers women reply Nyesom Wike. Rivers women under the auspices of Rivers Professional Women League on Saturday refuted the insinuations by the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, FCT Nyesom Wike, that the action of walking out on the wife of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was very disturbing and embarrassing. The women on Friday reportedly staged a walkout during the Women's Initiative Empowerment Program by the wife of the president and rejected to be addressed by the wife of the sole administrator, Teresa Ibas, on behalf of the president's wife at the program in Port Harcourt, Rivers State capital. The women berated Wike for spreading the narrative of what transpired on Friday, stressing that they were misinformed that the wife of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Fatima Abbas, was going to address them. In a statement by his media head, Lere Olayenka, the FCT minister said it was not enough to be visiting people to plead for peace, adding that those who genuinely want peace work and act for it. These are the same people pleading for peace, but at the same time doing things that are contrary to what they are pleading for. How can you say you want peace and at the same time you are sponsoring people to insult everyone, including the president and his wife? All those shenanigans won't bring peace, and I am sure they won't, or they know that, because they are not sincere with their up and down pleadings for peace. As for me and those who subscribe to my leadership, we condemn in totality yesterday's show of shame. We apologize to our First Lady for the embarrassment conduct of those few women who do not represent the characters and ideals of the people of Rivers, Wike stated. The women, while responding in a statement jointly signed by Nimi Fabricima, Esquire, President Jennifer Booms Wallobum, Secretary Antambari Mente, Director of Public, said the minister was merely trying hard to spin the narrative to saute his purpose of the state of emergency in Rivers State. In conclusion, what people fail to understand is that political positions is transient, and in no time this phase of history will pass, and all the actors will also fizzle out. Some on good side and some others on the bad side, the woman said. UK police arrest 7 Iranian nationals in counter-terrorism operations. The British counter-terrorism police have arrested at least 8 men, including 7 Iranian nationals, in a number of raids across the country. According to the Metropolitan Police, on Saturday, 5 men, 4 of whom are Iranian nationals, were detained on suspicion of terrorism offenses over a plot to target a specific premises, while the nationality of the 5th man remains unknown. The police on Sunday said the arrests were made in Swindon, West London, Stockport, Rochdale, and Manchester. The investigation is still in its early stages, and we are exploring various lines of inquiry to establish any potential motivation as well as identify whether there may be any further risk to the public linked to this matter. Commander Dominic Murphy, head of the Met's Counter-Terrorism Command, said. The Metropolitan Police said in a separate statement that 3 Iranian nationals in a separate operation on that same day were arrested in London as part of another counter-terrorism investigation. They are now in custody with searches ongoing at the 3 addresses. The Met said this investigation was unrelated to the earlier arrest of 5 men. Meanwhile, the police did not disclose details of the suspected plot, citing operational reasons. The arrests come amid heightened scrutiny of Iran-backed activities in the UK, with Britain saying it has responded to more than 20 such plots since 2022, and imposing sanctions on a Swedish-based criminal network linked to Iran for targeting Israeli and Jewish interests in Europe. The Embassy of Iran in London has not made any comment on the development at the time of filling this report. So my wonderful people, I don't hear and finish now here. Me go take a back break. And I go hear our voice again when we come back. Like, share, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing for more interesting videos. I, Okulora One Nation, will always be here to give you an important update.